Yes, I know this looks weird, but it's one of the only ways that I can keep the sun out of my eyes and still see what's happening on the phone. So as you can see behind me, beautiful sunny sky, but when I got home maybe a half hour ago, it started raining just as I got there, and it just got heavier and heavier, and then got light and light, and then the sun came out. So me and the boys are taking in the fresh air, which feels a little bit fresher with that little bit of rain that came through. See the little teddy poles? This is a rivulet on the side of the road caused by the rain. And there's little tadpoles all the way along it. Means that the water system along here is healthy, apparently. Water's just all from the runoff out here in the bush. But that's certainly carved its way out down here. Just noticed the hopefully you can see it. See those twisting stress fractures in that tree? All the way up the bark, where that tree has just grown up and twisted. This area does get pretty windy. Wow. You should get closer, but that's someone's property. Just had year 11, we've all packed up, it's lunchtime now. We've been preparing our stuff for the garden beds. So, there's our materials. We've got our shorter pieces, which are going to be the end. 6 longer pieces are there. The little thin stuff at the top. This is going to be the capping and the edgings. Next lesson we'll start marking and cutting these joints, which I'll have to do by hand. We've been using the drop and slide that we got, you can just see there, for cutting the length because of how wide and thick it is. This won't cut through it. That just makes it through, but it's the largest we can have in a school. That's a 10-inch. It'd be nice to have a 12-inch, but you're not allowed to have a 12-inch drop and slide. Coming along well. They're starting to work well as a team, which is good. They're learning, it's good. Yep, this is one of the beauties of daylight savings. It's 5:30. Sun's still got a fair way to go. And I get to go out with the boys. I got home today and they were both up on my recliner and just looking at me when I came through the door. It was so gorgeous. And the weather was so beautiful, I thought, yeah, we've got to get out and go for a walk. Just filling up the ponds because we've had a couple of warm days. There's a couple of little froglets, or big froglets. In this one, there's a stack of little tadpoles over there. And I just spotted here's a little froggy. He's brand new. Here he is. About as big as my little fingernail. You're the only one? Yeah. So open up this one, which drains across to this one, and then it flows around here. You can see it's starting to just trickle over into here. There's a table. And mosquitoes. You can just see the bubble in the water there. Oh, he's scooted. They're hiding under the leaves. They're fairly big, but they've got their back legs already. Today I've only got one class, which was construction just now. Spend the morning timetabling and also doing pre-computer work for the construction upgrade course, which I'm doing next week. Construction guys are still marking out the garden beds. They got those two set out. They're still going to be drilled and screwed. And we can finish that other one tomorrow and probably get the drilling and screwing started. Frames are all the joints are cut, and holes are drilled. They did that today. So all the pre-drilling of the holes for the screws. We've got one in there, but we need the impact driver to really do this, so we'll do that tomorrow. How long do you reckon a pair of boots, like work boots, should last you? How about these ones, which were a $25 pair from Kmart 2 years ago, I think. Steel toe, and they're great. Sole's still good, all that sort of stuff. I usually destroy boots because I keep crouching, but like you can see, I get a fair bit of wear in the back of the heel just because of the way I walk. And so I was looking for some other boots and got these, and they're the same brand that other boots that I buy to go into the workshops for the kids, except the kids ones are just slip-ons. I got these at the start of this year. Now keep in mind I've had some time off for illness, like surgery and all that sort of stuff, so I haven't really been on them a lot. Right boot, you can see the sole tearing away where the steel plate is in the bottom, because these have got a puncture resistant sole as well as the steel toe. The left foot, and look at that, the front's just torn off. This front toe section tore quite early on, and I managed to glue the front bit back on, and then did it again, glued it back on. But then this bit, like the steel plate, is just coming loose. Like, it flaps as I walk now. And I said, I only started wearing these at the start of this year. They're a really comfortable boot. The brand's Treadlight. The slip-on steel toes I had before, you might have seen in videos before. Those were the ones that I would work out here and spray paint, and they got the spray all over them. they lasted quite a number of years before I basically destroyed them during bushfire season several years ago, cleaning up the yard. But these haven't even made it 8 months. Like we're just in the start of the 11th month of the year. I got them in February, and I've had a fair bit of time off with surgery and whatnot, so they've barely been warm. There's the garden bed set up. They got them assembled today. They're just stacked lightly. They've still got to dig out the ground for them, and we've got to build the frame that goes on the corners and around the top, which will happen next week. Another new machine delivered today. We had the power set up by the electrician when they were out last time setting up for the saw. So nice big new disc sander on contract I should say. I like that these ones have got a brake in it. They don't just keep running like our old ones. Nice guard over the upward flying side. Department lock. Now it can't be used. Safety. Nice, good unit. Still got to tidy up in the room a little bit, but this workshop's coming together. Big beast. This CNC router up the back. In future, I'd like to have a thicknesser, a new thicknesser in here. We'll probably put that up the back somewhere. A new bandsaw. Grinder for sharpening tools and buffing wheel as well. Original drill press. There's a Hercus mill up there from when this was a metalwork room. Pan brake, don't know what I'm going to do with that. Super shear guillotine, not sure what I'm going to do with that. There's my dust extractor, which is going to be for one of these tools, I think, for the meantime. And we've still got the 4 Hercus metal lathes in here. So if a student wanted to do some custom metal handles or something like that, they could do that in here in the same workshop. It's Friday, Arvo. Today was an interesting day. I'd gotten a new bag for work and it was smaller, so it would sort of restrict me from trying to carry too much. Last night I transferred my stuff from my backpack into this bag. It's like a laptop bag, and thought this would be good. And this morning you picked it up, went down to the car, put it in the back, drove to work, got to work, opened the back door to get my bag out and realised my keys were still attached to there's a little hook on the shoulder strap of the backpack. That's where I hang the keys, so I always know where they are. As I walked in, I saw somebody at the staff room door and wait a second. Got in there, found a spare set of keys. And I've been trying to reduce the number of keys I've been carrying, so today was the perfect day to see whether I needed all of the keys that I carry, and I can see more that I can cut down from carrying all the time and just keeping random little cabinet keys and stuff maybe in my locker in the staff room. The final day of the HSC today, so all the Year 12 exams are finished now. I've got a couple of days of construction upgrade training next week, which is at a TAFE in Sydney. I'm upgrading my qualifications for timber doors, sash windows, tiling, shower and bathroom tiling, wall tiling, estimating and costing out projects, sketching for projects, and computer design for projects. Those qualifications have been upgraded or updated in the qual, so I've got to go back to TAFE, be reassessed, get those upgraded. The door and sash window will be brand new for me. The estimating, the computer project, the tiling I've done before, so it's more of an upgrade. They've also added brick and block laying back into the course, and I've never had that. I get to go to a different TAFE in a couple of weeks' time, and that's a full week of learning brick and block laying at a certain level, to have that qualification added to what I have, and to be able to teach an assessor because I got the Cert 4.